Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you will be enjoying the best of health. I welcome you in my class that is in English for grade 5. We are learning unit number 5, unit number 12, and its title is Over the Counter Medicine. Yes, my dear fellow teacher, this lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation and worksheet links are given below. If you may click it, you may watch it as you can follow it. Otherwise, you can modify it, my dear students, and I am going to deliver my lecture according to this lesson plan. Our today's lecture, lecture number 8, we will learn about story writing, that how we can write a story. So my dear students and my dear teachers, before in English for grade 5 in unit number 11 in Parimahal, I have already taught you about story writing in our previous unit. I hope you remember it. If you may not, so you can watch this video lecture again. And today we are going to learn further, retell a story briefly and sequentially, summarize and short folk tales through gap summary exercise. So today we will cover up our these SLOs. My dear students, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in Al-Quran, Surah Al-Anbiya, verse number 57, by Allah, I shall certainly carry out my plan against your gods after you are gone. My dear students, this beautiful verse is also giving a concept of a story. Which story? That Allah Almighty is saying that I have my own plan for your gods. What they had in their gods, because they used to worship sun, stars and even idols made of stone. So Allah Almighty is clearly saying that if you will not worship me, if you will not follow me, so I have my own plan against your gods. Got it? That is showing that they were worshipping idols. Is it clear, my dear students? So let's see that how we can get about a story. So what do you know about a story and a folk tale? So my dear students, already I have taught you about stories. So share this information with your teacher and then come back. Welcome back. Good job, my dear students. Excellent work. So let's see what is a folk tale. Folk tales are a kind of story that gets passed on from generation to generation. Folk tales are stories to the oral tradition or tales that people tell each other out loud rather than stories in written form. Yes, my dear students, folk tales are also a type of story, but it is not being in the form of written shape. Okay, this is like these stories are passed generation to generation. Means our forefathers used to tell these stories to their children and our parents used to tell these stories to us in this way generation to generation. And these stories are oral stories are there, my dear students, and these are not in written form. Such type of stories are called folk tales. Got it? So yeah, see there, my dear students, same like story setting that already we have learned that it have different elements like beginning, what is the beginning of the story and what is the middle and what is end. How is the plot? Means main event, main thing, conflict, resolution. And the next is how are the characters, like animals, birds, human beings. Setting means place, where the story is taking place, where the story took place. Got it? Such all elements that I have already delivered in previous lecture, my dear students. So these elements are very necessary when we are writing a story. So let's see a story using all these elements. See this picture. Are you watching something? Yes, let's see. Once upon a time, there was a shepherd boy who used to take his flock of sheep to the hill to graze on the fresh green grass. Sitting there, he had nothing to do the whole day. One day, an idea struck him. He cried out, "Wolf, wolf!" All the men came running with their sticks and to their dismay found no wolf. The boy laughed. Got it, my dear students? This beautiful the story paragraph is telling us that there was a boy, shepherd boy, and he used to graze his cattle on a hill. Okay, and here he had nothing to do. So what he did, he got an idea and he cried out like, "Wolf, wolf!" And when the villagers came up to the hill and there was no wolf and he was just laughing, it means he was kidding with them. Okay, let's see what happened next. This is the beginning of the story. Next, let's see. Again, after a few days, he cried out, "Wolf, wolf!" And the villagers again came running up the hill only to find that the shepherd boy had fooled them. He laughed and laughed. This time the villagers were very angry and they told him that the next time he cries out for help, they would not come. Have you got that? In the middle, what happened? Yes, in the middle that again he did so. Again he cried, wolf, wolf, and he made fool to the villagers, but there was no wolf. So this time villagers said that they will not come again to help them. Got it? This is the middle of the story. So let's see what happened at the end. Okay. Next day, when his flock of sheep were grazing, he suddenly saw a wolf. He cried out loud, wolf, wolf, but alas, no one came to rescue his sheep. The wolf has eaten up his sheep. From that day onwards, he promised never to lie again. This is the end of the story. So my dear students, what happened at the end? So next day, after few days, he saw a real wolf and coming to him as he cried, but no one believed that he is telling the truth. What was the reason behind? Because he had fooled them a lot of time, and it means he had lost his trust. Got it, my dear students? This is an actual moral lesson that we are getting, that we should not lie again and again. So when we are lying again and again, so even when we tell the truth, so no one will believe us, because they get that he or she has habits to speak lie. Got it, my dear students? So this is why that he had lost all his sheep due to his habit of lying. Okay, my dear students, so let's perform an activity. What you have to do, my dear teachers, you have to ask students to perform a role play for the Little Red Riding Hood story in class. Teacher will guide students to perform the story by imitating the characters nicely. Perform this activity in the class and enjoy. So this is Little Riding Red Hood. This is a story for you. Pictures, images are there, and you have to follow all these characters in your class. You have to get it practice practically. Okay, pause the video and enjoy this activity in your class. Welcome back. Excellent job, my dear students. So what you have to do, you have to fill this gap summary on your book. Question number 12 is there. Fill in the gaps with appropriate words from the story's text. Got it, my dear students? You have to fill that. Do this activity individually in your class on your book and then come back. Welcome back. Excellent job. Good job, my dear students. What's your homework? You have to write your favorite story in your notebook. And my dear teacher and my dear students, this is worksheet. This worksheet link is given. You should get and provide it to your students in printed form and say that how they can develop a different story. So what we have learned today we learned about story writing. We also learned about all elements of story that are important to set a story, and in this way we have covered up this SLO. So my dear students, I hope you have got that, how we can write and how we can set a story and different folk tales we can differentiate. So I hope today's lecture you have enjoyed. So tomorrow with a new lecture, we'll meet soon inshallah. Till that time, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.